Hey Fashionistas, and welcome back to the 31 Days of Halloween. If you guys are new here, that's 31 SFX Halloween tutorials in 31 days. So due to popular demand and the fact that I needed a little bit of an easy night of filming, I'm doing a very simple vampire, but it's still striking and cool and a little attractive, you know what I mean? So it's perfect for Halloween if you're going easy peasy. So I'm starting off with the Make It Forever Flash palette, but you guys can use the cream paints you guys get at the Halloween store. You don't have to use this, it's $100. But I'm using a cosmetic wedge that I got at CVS or Walgreens, and I'm ripping it up to get those little holes in it. Once you have the little holes in it, you want to dip it in your paint, and I'm dipping it in a dark purple shade, and I'm using that to stipple all around my forehead and my cheekbone area, but I want to focus it really stemming from my hairline, and then we're going to set that with loose powder. We're going to go in with foundation now. This is a powder foundation. If you have a powder foundation yourself, you guys don't have to set it beforehand. But I'm using this powder foundation to press all over my face. And this is going to, one, make my skin tone nice and pale. But it's also going to make these texture marks that we made look underneath the skin as opposed to on top of the skin. So we're going to get that broken up, almost vein-like texture. And then we're going to really get it to look underneath the skin. So it's going to translate that it's emanating from the character itself. I'm going with this eyeshadow. I think it's Barcelona Beach from Makeup Geek, and I'm using that to just quickly contour in my face to add a little bit more depth. And then we're going to go in with some more powder to make that look a little bit underneath the skin as well. Continuing with that same eyeshadow, we're going to contour around the temples of the face as well as around the perimeter of the forehead to add depth. You know what I'm feeling? And while we're there, just throw some in the brow bone. Why not? I'm going in one more time now with that face powder to set that and make it look a little more under the skin. Going in with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, also known as the Perfect Vampire palette, I'm going in with one of the red shades, and I'm sweeping it all across my crease in the inner corner and outer corner, and then deepening up with the dark brown shade in that palette right in that inner corner as well. And then while I was at it, I was like, you know what, I'm throwing this in the crease too, so I put it in the crease. Real smoky smoke. So now I'm taking the Tarte Double Take Liner on the pencil side, and I'm applying that to my mobile eyelid. It can be very messy. You just want to get that product on there, and then we're going to go in right now with a blending brush, and we're going to buff that in. And then I'm going to take a powder puff with a black eyeshadow, and we're going to, one, set this cream eyeliner as well as blend out any harsh edges right up into that crease area. Don't go any higher than the crease. And then sweeping some more until you get a nice little smoky eye. I'm going with these contacts from ScaleraLenses.com. They will be linked down below, and then we're going to go back in with those same eyeshadows and do that on the lower lash line. And then we're going to grab Tempura from that same palette, which is a light eyeshadow, and we're going to put that in the inner corner, and that's going to add some real interest and really pull the eye in. So, you know, it's very soft and a little glam, but still a vampire, you know what I mean? Also doing that on the lower lash line as well. Now I'm taking this red lip liner from NYX, and I'm going to apply that to the waterline, which is such a cool touch. It adds that like blood red vibe to the eye. And then with a black eyeliner, we're going to do it on the outer corner, smoking it into that eye. Bam. So now I'm going in with some cream black face paint, and we're going to go in and we're going to deepen up everything that we did. But I'm focusing this product only and mostly on my hairline. So it's kind of stemming from my hairline, and I'm using it to contour my face, but we want the focus to come that it's coming from the hairline. And then with some more brown eyeshadows, I'm just going to sweep that in the brow area to get a little furrow marks and then get those wrinkles on the forehead and kind of break up the highlighting areas to get a little bit of texture going. So I'm just adding that shadow and I'm blending it out just to really break up the color and really add some interest up in that, you know, big old forehead. So I'm taking that same sponge and I'm stippling that same purple and black to my neck area to kind of really tie in the vein/infection style that we're going for to the entire body, right up into underneath your shirt. And then I'm going in with Mehron's Coagulated Blood, which is a very thick blood gel, and I'm using this brush by Makeup Forever. It's almost looks like a rake. It has like a very rake-like marks, and I'm using it to dot it on so it looks almost like a splatter, like blood just hit me right in the mouth. It's not a solid, solid spread of blood. It's very pigmented, very broken up. And then I'm going in with a black cream paint, and I'm going to deepen that up, and I'm mixing it in with the blood itself to get a very dark red. And I'm using that now to add more depth to this look and to look a little bit more finished. But I'm carrying that all the way up into my nose, and then I also put it on the top of my right eyebrow. Kind of like, someone just smacked me in the face with their neck. You know what I mean? So now I'm creating a little bit more fake blood on the outer edge of my neck on the right side at a little bit of a bigger section. And then more towards the back of my neck on my other side, we're going to do that too to kind of tie it in so there's cohesion, but it's nice and asymmetrical. And I'm going in with Mehron's Tooth Effects in the color Blood Red. And you want to dry off your teeth first, and you're going to apply this product to your teeth. It's going to dry as a solid film. It tastes like toothpaste, but like mixed with like chemicals. And it's going to stay there all night, which is really great. And we're going to do that to the top and bottom row of teeth. And then you are done, my friend. You have yourself a very simple vampire. You guys have been asking for a little bit more simple looks, and you know what? I needed a day off anyway. So I really hope that you guys like this vampire. You know, it's very easy to maintain and really easy to do, but it's not going to cost you a ton of money except for the contacts, and it's really great. And it looks, you know, almost a little attractive. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, friends.